Hey guys, I should have known live was not going to happen today. It was not. But I felt like I needed to get out here under this moon energy and just converse, okay? Because we're coming out of, right? We've come out of this nodal bind. Now, a lot of you may not understand what the nodal bind is, all right? It's a planetary alignment that is like the serpent eating its tail, okay? And so we've gone through two. We've got one more to go, and then we won't see another until I believe 2036. But it started, the first nodal bind started when the beginning of the pandemic started, okay? And if you go through and you look at when nodal binds have happened in history, there's always like a large amount of souls that pass. And at the end, there is a large amount of couples that split up. Okay, so we still have one more round to go. Okay, there's going to be the longest. It starts in December, it ends in April of next year. But the thing that I love is that it's coming with Jupiter in Pisces. Okay, because we're in Jupiter's in Pisces right now. It started about a week ago. And Jupiter in Pisces is about hope, okay, and intentional emotions. And we're in a lunar eclipse. And we're in pre-shadow Mercury retrograde, right? When do we not need something like this dramatically in our life? And so everything that you so Jupiter will be in Pisces until the end of July. But through the end of June is the really intentional work time. And then the very inward, okay, self-improvement time, gratitude time, okay, that happens in July. So the blessing here is that we have all of this energy of Mercury retrograde, okay, that wants to come fast. So let's run fast with Mercury in retrograde, with Jupiter in Pisces. Oh, hold on, little mister. Okay, I think he's just looking at the crow now. And the crow is mocking him. Just like the one card, the mimicry card from Urban Crow, which makes me laugh. Okay, so anyway, we're running really fast. Okay, we're getting things done really fast. And then we have to slow down and we have to breathe. Okay. I feel like a lot of people, a lot of couples know now after going through two nodal binds, okay? The 2019 to 2020 and the 2020 to 2021. A lot of couples know like they have problems. And part of that has to do with, we might see little bugs, go bug, or cotton balls too. We had a lot of activations. Okay, that also comes with the nodal bind, because think of the idea of the serpent eating its tail. Okay, when I do my sacred space shamanic journey circles, which I do twice a month, okay, they are on my website, and if you go to the link below, you will find my MindsetUnicorn.me link, and you can go there and you can find sacred space. But I do a shamanic circle twice a month, and what we're doing is we're actually following the nodal bind sort of energy of the medicine wheel, and it's unwinding karmic energy. But in order to unwind karmic energy, right, you have to have something that's come in to activate something greater, something different. And so it's important for us to know that a lot of people were newly activated by their mirror souls. Okay. Now, a mirror soul does not have to be somebody that you have a romantic partnering with. Okay, there's a misconception a lot of times out there. And a lot of my clients, when they find out that like my mirror soul is actually platonic, they're like, well, that's kind of crazy. Well, why is it crazy? You know, you don't always come together with that person and completely blow up your life. Okay. Sometimes it's not meant for that. Sometimes it's just meant for healing and to release things and to come into a knowing of yourself in a different way than you did before. So there were a lot of activations, and that's why I started the channel, is because I was getting so many downloads from Spirit about what people were needing right now. Oh, he's going to bark again. Let's hope he does not. I think he saw a squirrel. You can tell I live in the greenery of the Seattle area. And so there's everything. Bunnies, squirrels, occasional bobcats, and coyotes. Okay. Luckily, not a little ways away, there's bears, but no bears here. But lots and lots of birds, hummingbirds. I love it here. But I was getting all of these downloads that people needed something to give them spiritual intuition and insight. And so that is my goal always, 150% of the time when I'm doing a reading, is to try to give you exactly what Spirit tells me. I don't want to sugarcoat. I don't want to not tell you something that Spirit tells me. I don't want it to be something that is not going to give you the information that you need by me passing judgment on it. It's not mine to judge in any way, shape, or form if the message is meant for you, right? Because I can't gauge how that's going to impact you. And if I'm out there playing nice because I don't want to hurt someone's feelings, or trying to be like, oh, well, you know, I don't want to hurt cross watchers. No, I can't do it. I just give you exactly what Spirit gives to me, because I know it is for highest good for those that need the messages. So right now, right, we have the portal of the lunar eclipse. And some people are afraid to go into the next path of their life, and that is okay. I think I'm afraid a little bit to go into the next path of my life. You know, I am at a point where I'm growing so much. And I know I had to go through all the trauma of my childhood and my younger years and everything I've been through to this point to be able to create the understanding and I want to say the empathy for others. Because if it wasn't for the soul that I have, I'd be a little bit of a psychopath. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, my soul keeps me pure. And otherwise, I would rule the world and I wouldn't have any sort of, sadness about doing that whatsoever. But my soul keeps me pure. And so, it's important for me to be doing all the work that I've been doing. The last couple of years of the shamanic work, and before that, a lot of the energy healing and, teaching people about essential oils and aromatherapy, and writing my books and teaching people about how their cells talk to each other, and micronutrients, and, stimulating our vagus nerve, and all of these things, all important, because it had to get me to the point where I could be confident and authentically me, and everything that means, including, I talk to spirits. Okay, I get inner knowing from the energy field, which sounds crazy. And some of the things I tell my clients sound crazy until they come back to me later and they go, oh yeah, you were right. Like, I did a huaca, which is a shamanic, like, soul retrieval sort of a journey on a home that somebody was going to purchase. They wanted to make sure that it was going to be safe and everything. And I went through, and one of the things I said is, you have to be aware of the flood potential. And they were like, oh yeah, we checked, there's nothing. Nah. Luckily, there wasn't much damage, but their basement flooded like last week. Like, spirit doesn't play, spirit doesn't lie. All right. And so it's just important to remember that you don't always know in the moment what spirit's trying to guide you about, but it's important to listen and try to just have an awareness of what the information is meant for you. So I only brought out one deck, Oracle deck, okay, because the moon's called to me. And I want to know, because so many people are afraid of what the next life is, going to bring on the other side of this. But I wanted to talk because Jupiter in Pisces is hope. Okay, I just wrote on my my one website that has the sacred space on it. There's stories there. I just started doing stories there. I have a blog, but I don't know why. There's something about it where I got to go smudge it or something. I haven't wanted to write there. But I just was writing a story about Jupiter and Pisces, okay, with the lunar eclipse. So you might want to go look at that. But it's important, right, that Jupiter is your shield. Jupiter is shielding you right now in everything you put true, beautiful intention into. So it's important to do those beautiful moon ceremonies tonight. I don't know what that is. But it's, whenever I hear bells and stuff in my readings, I'm always like, oh, somebody really needs to listen to this. So maybe somebody really needs to listen to this. But it's important to do those intentional ceremonies while we have the moon energy here. What do you want from the ocean of emotion? What do you want while Jupiter is protecting you? Okay, what do you want to bring in? Because you may want to clear out the energy of the day. Because the energy of the day for me was really beautiful, but really monotonous. My mother is 80. She has had some major dementia issues. She had COVID this last year, and it just made it worse. And she's 80, and she's getting what will probably be her very last colonoscopy. And she was always afraid of her inner knowing, but she's been having dreams that she's going to die in this colonoscopy, which I think is just fears because her mother passed in a hospital during surgery. And so she's terrified, but she also is dealing with this loss of memory. So I've talked to her like 6 times today. She called me right before I was going to do this video and thought that she had missed her appointment and that it was tomorrow. So I have all of that that's been going on all day. And my daughter wanted to start training Oliver. She wants to get him so that he's not so afraid, and maybe he won't bark so much, because he was abused when we adopted him. And like this morning, he was terrified of a shirt. So we joke that he is a energy dog, because he always wants to help me do Reiki and things like that. And it reminds me, okay, because I had a lot of trauma in early life, and my early intuition brought on a lot of anxiety. Like when you are driving down the freeway and you can feel and sense what every person wants to do around you, that's scary. That's terrifying, okay? And I think he gets a little of that. So there is a little bit of like a desensitization that she wants to do with him. But it's not quick. It's not speedy. So we were going to go out for a walk. Her, the dogs, my husband. And my husband is like, I want to get things done now, and I want it done this way. And, you know, he didn't want to wait. And he started getting angry because he didn't want to wait. Because every time the dog would pull and try to bark, she'd bring him back and stop him, because she trains horses. That's something she may like to do for a living. And that just made her anxious, and she could feel his energy. And then she was feeling like, well, nobody's supporting me doing what I want to do, right? So we took our 30-minute walk with the dogs, and only the dogs were happy. Like there was no conversation. I was trying to talk to each of them. No one was having talks. There was no conversations. And I thought, you know, I bet I'm not the only one feeling this energy right now. And I don't want to carry those intentions into my full moon ritual. I don't think anybody else wants to carry their energy from the day into their full moon ritual. Because if I wrote out a full moon ritual with all of the day's energy in it today, it would be like F you and F you, and I want, you know, to go live by myself, and I don't want any more love. And, you know, we all get like that. So let's see what Spirit wants to tell us, okay, about what we need to know to clear our intentions. Okay. Spirit just said, make plans first. Okay. Make plans first for what you want. Never say no to what your heart says. And then look what comes out. Pleasure. And it's like an atom exploding. Okay. And that's how we create like new universes. There's something I channeled recently, and I'll be sharing those when I finally am able to. I've started channeling these stories that are coming to me for each sign. So like I've done a story for Aquarius, which I saw as being star beings. So not just the sign of Aquarius, but anyone that sees themselves as a star being. So Pisces was Inyo divine, so divine partnership. Aries was fire heroes. What was Taurus? Taurus was chakra beings. And then Gemini, I think, was light beings. And then I just finished Cancer, and Cancer was, I can't remember the word right now, but it's the, you know, the little Russian dolls that stack, and not babushka. I know that that's what they started calling them, but the actual word, it starts with an M, but it's that type of souls. Like Cancer has a stack of souls within a soul, within a soul, within a soul. And so I'm getting these messages and I'm channeling them and I'm writing them down. And one of them was about the way that a certain sort of energy was only able to be created in some certain way right now. Okay, but I feel like opening our hearts, especially, okay, for those dealing with mirror souls, which blue butterflies are always my symbol for that. All right, you're activating and expanding your heart chakra. And in the channel that I did today for the writing that I wrote, I mean, the divine feminine is intensely right now expanding their heart chakra. And we all have divine feminine within us. I don't know what Oscar's doing. He's like digging to China. But it's important because this is 18, which is a 9. Like it is the end of the cycle. Okay, a lot of us are just integrating right now what we need to do next to expand this heart chakra, this ocean of emotion in Pisces. Okay, and there's the ocean of emotion. So how do you do that, right? Follow the portal tonight. Bring your wisdom that you have. Don't be afraid to go out on that emotional space and see where it takes you. Okay? Don't be afraid of where this is taking you. There's nothing to fear here. You know, it has been a struggle for me because I am such a people person to have spent the last 18 months in a house with just my husband and my daughter. And that's it. It has been an immense struggle for me, which is also what I think Spirit wanted as a blessing for me to start this channel, because then I'm always connected with souls. And I told my husband, in fact, before we even went into the quarantine, before all of this hit, I was struggling. And I said, you know, I don't know. I don't know at this point. I need some deep healing, because a lot of things coming up for me, a lot of things were starting to come up into my energy field. And I was like, you know, I don't know when I get to the other side of this, if I'm still going to be the same person, and if that person is going to want to be married. And then, you know, the universe goes, oh, by the way, now we're going to lock you in this house. And I'm lucky that we had a house and not an apartment. I'm going to lock you in this house with this person for the next couple of years and see how you do. Right? Like, God is laughing, right? God has a sense of humor. But I've had to learn to not be afraid of wherever it's going. And I think that's important for all of us to have, because this is angel number 22. Okay, so you are on the right path. And it's important for you to know that. Okay, and be accepting of both the love and the hope, okay, that you have gotten if you have been awakened and connected with your mirroring soul in any way, shape, or form. Okay, whether you are with them or not, there's blessing within this. This awakening has created an energy, a synergy of sorts, okay, that is for a higher good. Now we've got here, right, the 22, which can be a 4, and the 4, so angel number 44, okay, and I love that it's building, okay, building up here. Once we get to this acceptance that, number 1, we're not in control, and number 2, that it just is what it is, right? And I love that this comes out next, which is 31, which is another 4. Okay, so now we have 4, 4, 4. Have faith in the expansion of the divine feminine. Okay, whether you are masculine, male, female, doesn't matter, because we have divine feminine within all of us. This beautiful world is coming. Okay, have faith. Have faith in what is coming here to you. All right, don't be afraid of it. Bottom of the deck, right? The path seems high, right? And that's an 8. You can't make this shit up, right? 2, 4, 8. Or the 4, 4 is 8. And this creation here, okay, be patient, because you can see there, your higher self already knows what's written in your Akashic records. So this to me is just definitely a symbolism that I need to go back into the Akashic records when I do the soul path readings next week. Okay, because all of this that you need to know is written in the Akashic records. Okay, and so this is under the pleasure center, which was 9, right? So we have 9 and then 39. Okay, and 3 and 9, right? 3 times 3 is 9. It's just more synchronicities to tell you that, yes, follow your inner guides. Follow this truth that's coming to you. And there we go. Trust. I kind of love this, right? Because we've got this guardian angel protecting, okay, your inner child. Like, and there's always a standby, okay? Right? Here's the standby. If your guardian angel gets fed up with you and you're not listening, there's a standby that's going to say, I'll take it for a little while. Don't worry. Let me jump in here for a minute. Okay? There's always a standby. I really love that. But it's trusting that you're protected. Remember, Jupiter's shielding us. And so whatever challenges come your way, Jupiter is shielding you right now. And that is a big challenge. We've got a 5 and then a 5. So angel number 55 here. Okay, there is the divine feminine. Sovereignty, the Empress. Okay. Being in the truth of who you are, what your heart is expanding for. Breathing through those intentions, because there's more coming in, okay, that could throw you off course. And it's really important that you, right, there's the triangle, there's the sanctity, okay, of this sort of this divine partner, and the universe, okay, all working together, all working for the benefit of the higher good. And again, 5 and 5 will create another completion. You don't have to carry everything on your own. Yes, you're resilient enough to, I love that this comes underneath having faith, okay, because the world is growing out of the divine feminine. But you don't have to be the one to carry and birth it completely on your own. All right, you can reach out for help. There are, thousands of people on this channel. You can reach out for guidance at any time. Okay, there's a little feathery cotton that just fell to the ground. Okay, there's always someone that will catch the light of what you are saying and respond to you. Okay, I believe that. I believe that this tribe is small but powerful. By the time we get to the new moon this next month, be prepared to have some sort of new beginning. Okay? But it's because of all of the emotions. There's the ocean of emotion, okay, that Pisces is bringing in. So you have to figure out the intentions, right? So when you do the full moon ceremony, you're intentionally saying, what do I want to pull in for the new moon? Okay, what do I want to pull in on this journey? Spirit says, make it special. Okay. Make it special. Will do, Spirit. Okay. Yeah. And really go all out with this ceremony here. Okay. Nourishment. 7 of Cups. Ask for all you desire. Not just one thing. Ask for it all. Okay. Allow yourself to ask for everything you want and desire here. Okay. Go big. Or go home, they say. Hey, Oscar. Oscar! He's having allergies now because he has stuck his nose in a hole. I don't know if that's the kind of special Spirit is asking for. Okay, and self-love. That is the choice right now. That's the 6. If you are in a lover's, divine soulmate sort of a connection, put yourself first. Love yourself first. Okay, self-love is going to be essential for you to move in this energy. They want one more. Okay, yeah. Don't resist. Surrender. That was something I put in my post, in my story here today. I'll see if I can link to it, but if you go to the MindsetUnicorn.me, it's down in the description box. Go to the sacred space, you'll find the stories there. Okay, but don't hold on to the things that don't really matter. Okay, how are you going to carry what you want to carry if your hands are full of this old energy? Right? Her hands are not full. And her hands are definitely like free to just be connected to self. All right? You don't have to hold on to things because something new is growing here. All right? The resistance will not help you. The self-reflection will help you, but you have to keep healthy boundaries as you go through this little time period right now. Okay? This portal is going to bring some balance, but you have to get intentional and get out of the fog in your head. Okay? That's how you have to make a choice. You have to really make a choice, they're telling me, right? There's the portal. It's intention and it is focus. All right, guys. So, it's beautiful out here. It's a little chilly. We're probably about maybe 59 degrees. I can smell my neighbor's fireplace. And I can smell the flowers. I don't know if you can see here. I'll turn it around. So you can see my yard, some of my yard. You can see some of my flowers back there. My garden's way back there. All right. There's Oliver getting some mulch this weekend. Oscar's back there too. Oscar, Oliver, come here. You want a toothbrush? There's my little magnolia that's trying to go. Say hi. There we are. We're happy little boys. Yep. And there's the spread. All right. So, I hope you guys have a beautiful full moon. Set those intentions. Release the shiny day if you had one. Release all that energy and go big. Dream big and put it all out there. All right? So much love, guys. Bye.